Welcome to the productivity hack session. So I want us to look at morning and evening routine hack. Now, this is one of the most practical productivity hacks that changed my life and that I still use up to today. I have used this particular productivity hack like for 10 years today. So I know the significance, the power of practicing this routine hack. It has a powerful way of changing your life. You get a point? And we need to be conscious. We need to be conscious and to realize, and I've emphasized this several times. I even shared this in the community I think yesterday, this morning with you guys. There is no way every success you are looking for, all types of success, career, business, finances, even relationships, until you get certain internal routines right, you will keep turning around. And that is where even spirituality also comes in. Until you are able to build your spiritual power, which you can also use to command the environment, to command the atmosphere, to command the nations, to command certain things, it will not just happen. All right? Now, according to the law of growth, which I shared with you, the shift in our internal reality through progress, growth, prayers, and change creates a shift in our external reality. Now, your external reality here could involve your career that people can see, could involve the business that you run, which is productive, which people can see, could involve your financial life, which if your financial life is stable, you can be able to rent a good house or build a good house. You can be able to buy a good car. You can travel to different countries. You can do many things that you want. All of these things are external realities, which they are a product of your internal reality. We only control our own daily actions. We can only control our daily routine and not those of the external actors in our lives. You cannot control how you want your friends to think, how you want them to act, how you want customers to act, how you want your employers to act. You cannot complain that, but you cannot control that, but you can control yourself and build a certain attitude and build a certain mental capacity and build a certain spiritual energy around you, which now can begin to affect and create a different reality for you. And that's why I value the morning and evening routine, which if there is one thing I would emphasize that you should do from today, as far as changing your productivity is concerned, make sure you maintain your morning and evening routine. This is something that you maintain and you do it. It is so important. Like me, for example, this is so important to me. Even when I'm traveling, like I'm flying 15 hours flight, how many hours flight, as long as my time says this is morning and this is night. So morning and evening routine talks about when you're going to bed and when you are waking up from bed. This is very important practice that you need to be able to respect. And these are a couple of steps that I will recommend for you to take to build your morning routine. Okay. Number one, cultivate a morning routine to help you start your day right. It is very powerful when you start your day the right way. It's very powerful. I don't recommend people to jump up from their bed and get straight to their daily activities. You have not prepared your soul. You have not prepared your spirit for the day. So you are mostly going to react throughout the day. You will not discern, you will not be proactive, you will not be conscious, and you will not really be intentional. As a man, you are in 3 dimensions: the body, the spirit, and the soul. And the real you is controlled by your soul and your spirit. And it is the routine that you build around your soul that plays a very big role in your life. Your soul is made up of your mind, your emotions, and your strong will. And for these 3 things, for these 3 important elements of your soul to be powerful and to contribute towards your success, you need to invest in it. And that is why your morning routine is very important. So your morning routine, what are those things that you can do as part of your morning routine? You need to create it and structure it. And I always recommend your morning routine should be made up of the time where you meditate, you pray, or you study your Bible, for those who are Christian. Your morning routine should involve you studying or listening to content that can inspire you, transform your spirit, charge you, encourage you, give you hope for the day. Because you need to consistently grow in capacity. Your soul needs to consistently grow in capacity, same as your spirit needs to consistently grow in capacity. Let me tell you guys, you will never handle incredible success beyond the capacity of your soul and your spirit. And these things, you don't build them by chance. They require intentional action. I can say this categorically because I know how it has helped me as a person. It has helped me greatly as a person. One of the things I do, which is very important for me to face my day, is my fellowship with God in the morning. It's a routine. I don't care how much I have to do, what is important. I discipline myself and I have at least a 1-hour fellowship with God, studying the Bible, praying, worshiping. That is where I get to download the real thing that I need to face the day. Of course, then you study. Your morning routine must not be 1 hour, 2 hours like mine. You must not wake up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever time to start your day. You need to start doing what you are able to do. For some of you, your morning routine may just start with kind of a 30 minutes kind of thing. But you need to have a framework for your morning routine. Number 2, cultivate an evening routine to help you wind down and sleep right. Now, it's supposed to wind down and sleep right, not wait. Many people don't know how to sleep. Many people don't rest well because they go to bed the wrong way. And many people don't wake up refreshed because they went to bed the wrong way. Your mind and the way your soul and the way you go to bed and the way your soul is prepared, the way your mind is prepared is very important. It plays a big role in how you rest. It also plays a big role in how you can communicate with the spirit world too. Oh, yes. It plays a role in how it enhances. Rest is very important for the mind. And if you go to bed the wrong way, your mind will go to bed worried. So I always advise people, there are certain activities you should not leave immediately and go to bed. For example, like just watching any kind of movie. You can watch you can watch an inspirational session. You can watch like one of my messages, whatever you can do. Yes, you can watch that. But don't watch a movie or don't watch music or like hip hop or funny, loud, funny music, and then you leave straight to bed. And don't leave those kind of things on social media immediately and go to bed. No. Your mind is cluttered, your spirit is dirty, let me use that word, or polluted and all of that. So you go to bed and you sleep off. And because when you go to bed, you are half dead. Do we know that? You are half dead. Do you know what happens to you when you have slept? Do you really know what happens to you when you have gone to bed? Do you really know? Can you categorically say exactly what happens to you when you sleep off? You cannot describe it. So to be on the safe side, go to bed the right way. So I always advise people, if your bedtime is 9 p.m., leave certain things at 8 p.m. Okay? If you are married, you can try to do this as a culture with your spouse. It's going to help them too. Or if they don't understand, you can start doing on your own. They can copy from you later, but invest in this. Is very important. Some people, your brains don't function at their highest capacity because your brain doesn't rest very well in the night. There are some of you that if you take it to the lab now, they will prove that your brain has not rested well in the last 5 years. Because you go to bed the wrong way. That's why never go to bed angry. It's not going to help you. Forgive yourself and forgive the person for your sake, for your peace, for your mind's sake. So my advice is go to bed. That's why I've told you guys many times, my brain works actively throughout the day. I don't know that thing that brain fatigue. I don't know that thing that there's not that I've worked like I work averagely 16 hours a day on documents and different things and meetings and consultings and here and there. And my mind is sharp. Now is what time? Basically to 11 p.m. my time here. And I can still teach like this after I teach, just that the body now, but the brain is intact. I will not miscalculate anything. I will not missay anything because there's a routine that has built the brain to be so efficient in that dimension. So we need to be serious about this because we need our brains in there. Some of you think you haven't started using your brain yet. Your cash worth, your bank account is never up to 10 million. You're not started using it. When you start having 10 million and 100 million, how will you think now? Your startup is still you alone. You are still just trying to gain and grow. So you need to prepare your brain for where you are going to. And routines play a very important role. Your brain is a machine, it's an equipment. So the more you clean it, the more you prepare it, the more you repair it, let me use that word, the more it becomes efficient. So from today, be conscious about this. Don't go to bed angry. Don't go to bed disturbed. Don't go to bed, don't shout and then you go and sleep. Don't watch funny movies and Nigeria funny movies and go sleep immediately. Don't leave WhatsApp, watching WhatsApp status and TikToks and funny stuff and browsing on Facebook and go to bed straight. You're going to bed with a cluttered soul and spirit. Because when you go to bed, these things get, only the body is resting. These things are working. And they work based on what you're feeding it with. So you feed it with the wrong stuff, they're going to work on that. And that's why they are not that. There are some people that you cannot, your spirit cannot really hear God because it's noisy, it's dirty, it's scattered, it's cluttered. Many times I sleep, I wake up with instruction on what to do in my life. God speaks to me in my dream. He speaks to me. I hear it very clearly. Sometimes he tapped, like today. Like today, there was something, I was tapped from bed to wake up and pray. Like I had, like somebody tapped me and I wake up and pray. 3 a.m. And of course, what he asked me to pray about is very important in my life. And if I was not sensitive, I would not pick it. I went to bed, just yakata. Yakata, yakata like that. That's why many people dream for. I don't dream just so you dream people chasing you, dreams of drinking and drunk and getting drunk. You dream dreams of funny stuff. Because you went to bed with all kind of dirty things in your soul and in your spirit. So go to bed. Let there be a demarcation between daily activities and when you switch off totally to bed. I prefer you go to bed, but for those who are married, you go to bed talking about your plans as a family, talking about your business dreams, talking about your future plans. Some people unfortunately quarrel and fight before they go to bed as couples. Funny, right? But it's not good. It doesn't help. All right, people. So after that, then, I always encourage, have a book, have a Bible and a book beside your bed, or you're reading from your phone. Learn to go offline and then focus on that. Okay? But make sure one of the things that you do when you go to bed is feed yourself with inspirational, hopeful, and beautiful information. You can read some scriptures. Like if you go online now, you can go to search scriptures to read before going to bed. You'll see so many beautiful, hopeful, powerful scriptures that you can read. And it reminds you of who you are in God. Your spirit feed on that word. You can listen. That's why if you notice, I'm like, if you stay with me, if you don't like noise, you will hardly sleep, because my phone is set in a way it can go off like after 1 hour when I've gone to bed. There is always something playing before I sleep off. Either a message, either a teaching, or a gospel sound. There is always something playing before I sleep off. Because it's very important that my soul and my spirit consume that as it sleeps. Mostly messages. Okay, good. I'm emphasizing on this because this is the one thing. If they can ask me that, Joybert, when I'll be writing my I did call it biography, like, you know, the book that some of my friends said, the book that successful people write. Yes, when I'll be writing, you know, the book that you have made it, you want to write. Yes, this morning and evening routine will be there as one of my biggest lessons in life and recommendation to other people. Number 3, break down your routine into minutes. Step 3 of morning and evening routine productivity hack. Break down your routine into minutes. Yes. So don't just, before you wake up, let your evening routine and morning routine be break down into different things, because you're supposed, let's say you're supposed to get up and you're supposed to pray. You're supposed to study the Bible, you're supposed to pray, you're supposed to read a book, you're supposed to journal or do priority lists, like to-do lists for the day. Let's say that these are the 4 things you're supposed to do. Okay? Then you need to break them down into minutes. Like that's what I've done over the years. All of the things I do in the morning are broken down into minutes. My complete morning routine ends at 6 a.m. My complete morning routine, sometimes it extends to 7 a.m. because sometimes you can be in the place of prayer and you plan 1 hour and then the Holy Spirit takes over and takes you to 1 hour, 30 minutes, right? Or 2 hours. All depends on what you want to get from God that day, right? So you can break it down. Like, for example, my fellowship with God is a 1 hour period. Then what I study is there. what I have a few minutes to do my to-do list for the day. Just check my calendar. So me, I always check what I have for the day planned out, because sometimes if you look at my calendar, I have activities planned out 6 months ahead, like speaking engagement, coaching sessions, and all of that. So me, I open the calendar, I check, okay, what do I have planned out for today? Then I begin to fit the things I have for that day into empty space that I have in my calendar. So for me, mostly because I just open the calendar and I check what I have planned out, because mostly my day is always planned out like few days ahead, even sometimes 2 weeks ahead, right? So but you need to break it down. Okay, I'm going to study this for 5 minutes or 7 minutes, or pray for 15 minutes, or do this for 17 minutes. So break it down into minutes. Same for your evening routine. If you are signing off from the world, that's what I like to call it. If you are breaking out from the world to go and rest, okay, and you're supposed to, if it's 8 p.m., you're supposed to leave the house or leave the sitting room, leave television, leave social media. It's 8 p.m. Let your evening routine be broken down into minutes till 9 p.m. that you go to bed. From 8 p.m. to 8:15, what are you doing? From this to this, what are you doing? From this to this, what are you doing? Okay, good. Then number 4, you now need to discipline yourself and end anything that will interrupt your routine, like television, social media, sleep, chit-chatting unnecessarily, and all of that. For example, if you have been with me, nobody, maybe like in the early days, one of my nephews can tell you, he used to live with me. When it is 10 o'clock, for example, when it is 10 o'clock, if I happen to be in the sitting room, I don't care what movie I'm watching. I don't care how sweet it is. I don't care the climax. As long as it's time to go, it's time to go. And we need to have that strong will. And the quality of your strong will keeps on growing, or the quality of your discipline keeps on growing based on how you feed your soul, how you feed your mind, you feed your emotions, and you feed your strong will. Okay? So this routine will not work if you cannot discipline yourself and wake up in the morning at that time you are supposed to wake up. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So there should be discipline. So routines are essential for your mental well-being. And when you are doing well mentally, you can create a lot of things. When you're doing well mentally, you can achieve incredible stuff. You can be so outstanding in many things that you do. Okay? So routines create your mental well-being. Okay, so in all, I want to emphasize again, because especially many people, like, like for example, many people come in, especially young people, like, okay, I wanna do the things you do. I wanna be like you. There's this dream I have. They don't want to do, they want to do the things I'm doing, but they have their own dreams. They have their own things that they want to build. But unfortunately, many people look at building, but from the outside. No, it is not from the outside. It is from the inside. Whatever you see me manifesting on the outside, they are just the outcomes of the things I do in the inside, privately. They are the routines. They are the outcomes of routines. They are the outcomes of habits. They are the outcomes of discipline. They are the outcomes of consistency. They are the outcomes of hard work. Until you are able to get these things done, forget about those external realities you are dreaming about. Some people want to travel different countries and do the things they want to do. But have you built the capacity to command people to pay for your flight, to pay for your hotel, to do all of that? I went to one, which country was Was it Ghana? So I went to Ghana to speak in an event. I was there for 1 week, and they lodged me in a 4-star hotel and all of that, my flight ticket. So the assistant of that company who was treating my stuff said, wow, on the expenses to have you, bring you in Ghana and do all of that, the expense was amounting to about what? I think was it about $6,000-7,000, right? Almost 2 point something million, something like that, if I'm getting it right. She was like, wow. So what did, and she asked, what did you really do in our company? Right? She was curious. What did you really do? That they will spend so much on you like this before your payment. Anything that you see, and until you're willing to pay the price, as I keep telling you guys, there are some of you that you should have experienced some success in 2022, but you have procrastination. You have poor self-discipline, you have poor routines, you have poor habits in private, have shifted your success into 2025, have shifted your success ahead. So we need to wake up and begin to do these things the right way. Tomorrow or so, not tomorrow, after tomorrow, but within this week, I will share another hack. So I've prepared about 5 different productivity hacks to share with us. And these are things I'm doing myself, so that I want to emphasize some of these things so that we can pick them and make them a core part of our lives. Any questions?